Okay, Caelan, happy birthday. I'm here, I'm sending you a video lesson. I have to show you on my guitar because I don't have a bass. I don't know what happened to my bass, but I'll just have to show you on the guitar how to play. So I just picked a song. We haven't really talked about any new songs. Before I get into the new song, I want you to keep playing the old songs, and if you don't remember them, you need to tell me. I need input. For these lessons to work, I need input. You can't be shy about giving me input, feedback. So keep that in mind. If you don't remember the other songs we were playing, you need to tell me, and then I will send you reminders on how to play them. And actually, the Beatle tune, we needed to finish up a little bit more. So enough said about that. So I picked Come As You Are by Nirvana because it has a pretty cool bass part to get the song started. So first of all, make sure your guitar is in tune. I'm assuming that your dad will work with you on getting your guitar in tune. And so make sure your guitar is in tune before you start playing and learning this new song. So we're going to be in fifth position on the A string. So that is to say, fifth position is the fifth fret, which is right here on the A string, second from the bottom. I know you know where the A string, our first finger is going to be there. Okay? And we're going to start on this fifth fret, and that note is D. I want you to think about the fact that that note is D. Learn your notes as you go. Don't just play mindlessly. Don't just play mindless patterns. The more you know, the better you will be in the long run. So I'm going to explain the timing in a minute. First, I'm just going to go through the notes slowly. We're going to play this D note twice. Then with my second finger, I'm going to play the D sharp. And then with my pinky, I'm going to play the E note all on the same string. Okay, so the count on that is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. One of the things I want you to notice while I'm playing that, I keep all my fingers very close to the guitar. Don't let your fingers, be moving around a lot when you play. So this song does have a pickup. It has a pickup 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's the pickup. And then 1 is when you get to the E note. So if you were playing this in a band, the drummer would be tapping his sticks, 1, 2, 3, and then you'd be coming in on the bass. You'd be leading this song off. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So after we get to that E note, we're going to take our first finger and we're going to bring it down to the fifth fret of the D string and play that G note. So now we have 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then we're going to go back and play the E again. So now we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go back and play the G again. So now we have this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now as I'm demonstrating that, feel free to be playing along with me. That's why I'm repeating each section several times so you can kind of play along with me and learn it. And then after we play that G, we're going to go back and play this E note 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then after we play that E, we're going to follow that up with the D sharp, go back to the second finger, and then back to the first finger. So I'll play all of that several times so you can follow along. Notice we're staying in this position. I'll also make the note that I'm using my pinky here on the 7th fret. That always feels comfortable for me when I'm playing bass. So I'm playing my guitar as if I was playing bass. If I was really playing this on guitar, I would probably use my ring finger there. But when I'm playing bass, I always found it more comfortable when I'm playing a lick like this to use my pinky there. But it's up to you. If you'd rather use your ring finger, that's fine. So now we're here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going back to that D. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, keep in mind too, while you're working on these songs and looking at these videos, if something passes you by too quickly, well, you don't have to watch the video all the way through the first time. You can back it up wherever you need to back it up to in order to get the part that maybe you missed. So keep that in mind. That's the nice thing about having these videos. You can just save them and you can refer to them as you need to. Okay, I'm going to play that section one more time, then we'll move on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're back to that D note. Okay? Now after that D note, we're going to put our pinky on the 7th fret of the D string, this A note here. Okay, you notice so far this is all in this position. So after we get back to that D note, we're going to play the A note. So now we have this. 1, 2, 3. There's that A note. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and before I continue on, once again, I want you to notice that my fingers are all staying very close to the neck of the bass, and I'm not shifting my hand around. You know, you want to have very little hand movement, very little finger movement, just the minimum amount of motion necessary to play the notes. That's very important. It's actually the more important part of the lesson is when I talk about things like that, because you can find a tab anywhere that'll just show you these notes, okay? But it's when I'm going to be teaching you more is how to properly play the bass at the same time that we're learning songs. Okay, I'm going to play that one more time, then we'll move on. 1, 2, 3. Now we're on that A note. Now after that A note, we're going to go back and play that D note twice. So now all together we have this. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay? Then after we play that D note twice, we're going to go back and play that A again. So now we have this. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Okay? Then after we play that A note, we're going to go back and play the D again, followed by the D sharp. And then that's just going to take us back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3. And then after we play that, we're just going to start over again with this E. Okay, so when you're on that E note, when you're playing the beginning of the song, 1, 2, 3, those first 3 notes are just the pickup. The song, the downbeat, the 1 of the 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually when you get to this E. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up the song here, and I'm going to play it in the background. Now, when you're playing these songs, now I'm going to encourage you to find the video and play along with the video. The thing that you need to keep in mind is I know you have an amp now. You need to play the video so that you can hear it over your own playing. You need to remember how we practiced here. I told you to pretend you were part of the band. Well, you need to play that video loud enough or play your bass soft enough so that you can hear the video music. Or maybe you're just going to bring up, your dad can just bring up the song on another device and you don't need to bring up the video on YouTube. However you're going to do it, you need to hear that music at least as well as you can hear yourself. Okay? Because you want to focus in on the band that you're playing along with. That's so important. Remember, we used that football analogy. You need to be aware of the other players. You can't just take the hike of the ball and then just stare at the ball. You won't have any idea what's going on. Keep that in mind for all the songs we work on. You need to hear the band as well as yourself. And as you get better at playing the songs, you need to be able to focus in totally on what you're hearing other than yourself and perceive yourself as being part of that unit. That's very, very important. Now, the tricky thing when you're playing these is when there is a pickup, like this song has, it's often difficult to, catch that when the song plays. So you got to listen to it a couple of times, listen to the pattern a couple of times, and because you might not be able to actually play those pickup notes along with the video, you may just have to come in on that note. I'm going to do it a couple of times to show you what I mean. I got this playing in the background. Here we go. Did you hear that? Bum, 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 bum. So that's these pickup notes. And then the song starts there. Okay? So if you can't catch these 2 notes when you're listening, just start there. I'm going to play along with it a couple of times now. And I'm going to leave out those pickup notes. I just wanted you to know those pickup notes for future reference if you're ever playing this song with somebody. But I'm going to actually start here. I'm going to leave those 3 pickup notes out. Okay, and then there it goes into a different set of chord changes. So I'm going to leave it at this for now because I need to know if this is working for you to do this way. The other thing that I want you to ask your dad, or hopefully maybe your dad is watching this video with you, is to create a sheet of paper that has a bass tab on it, or find a bass tab online, 4 lines representing the 4 strings, so that I can forward you some bass tabs, or I can tell you what to write on some bass tabs. So come up in the next few days with a 8 by 11, whatever it is, sheet of paper that has a series of bass tab lines on it, so that we can write stuff down also. So let me know. I know I can find one for guitar. I've never looked one for bass, and I just print it out on my printer. I don't know what you guys have access to up there. And I remember your dad saying that maybe your Chromebooks and whatnot weren't working real great on the first day of school. So I don't know how that's going to affect what we're doing here. So I need feedback. I need to hear if this works. I need suggestions, and I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I think you get the idea. And if this is working, we'll go ahead and continue on with the rest of this song. Also, another thing that I want you to do, a couple of things. One thing I want you to do is give me some ideas of other songs you may like to work on, because it doesn't really matter to me what songs we work on. I can use any song as a vehicle for teaching you how to play bass. The last thing I want you to do is I want you to come up with some type of orderly notebook that we can put tabs in, and where you can keep a list. I want you to keep a running list of songs that we've worked on. Okay? So you can start by putting down the 2 songs we worked on prior to this video, and then you can add this to that list. Come up with just some kind of simple folder where you can put sheets of paper in and keep this all organized. Okay? I will leave it at that, and I will wait for feedback on how this all turned out. Bye-bye.